a second down and 3. Jackson takes it himself. Look at him dart back and forth. Oh! He broke his ankles. Now he's got an entourage.
Pylon Nation.
He is
Pylon Nation.
What a play. 47
Pylon Nation.
touchdown run by the magical quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Pylon Nation. Pylon Nation.
He steps up. He's all by himself.
Pylon Nation. Pylon Nation.
Touchdown!
We coming with the stats. Join the conversation. We lit. Pylon Nation. Coming with the stats. Join the conversation. We lit. Pylon Nation. Pylon, pylon, yeah. Pylon Nation. Pylon, pylon, yeah. Pylon Nation. Pylon Nation. Pylon Nation.
Turn up the sound, let's make it loud. I hate to pile, making you proud. Feel the beat, let your feet move free. Sports and groove, it's all you'll ever need. From the pitch to the court, we got your back. In the game or the field, we're on attack. Feel the pulse, every second counts. We rise above while the crowd shouts. Hey to Pylon, dance in the zone, 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 zone. Feel the rhythm right through your bones, 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 bones. Hey to Pylon, rocking the show, 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 show. Never stop, let the good vibes flow. Hear the whistle blow, it's time to score. Join the frenzy, let's roar for more. Hit the play, feel the energy rise. In the moment, we're reaching new highs. Studio lights, they shine so bright. On this podcast, we're walking the night. Tune in live, feel the magic here. And every beat will conquer the fear. Hey to Pylon, dance in the zone, 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 zone. Feel the rhythm right through your bones, 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 bones. Hey to Pylon, rocking the show, 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 show. Never stop, let the good vibes flow. Hey to Pylon, dance in the zone, zone, zone. Feel the whistle blow, it's time to score. Join the frenzy, let's roar for more. Hit the play, feel the energy rise. In the moment, we're reaching new highs. Studio lights, they shine so bright. On this podcast, we're rocking the night. Tune in live, feel the magic here. And every beat will conquer the fear. Hey to Pylon, dance in the zone, 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 zone. Feel the rhythm right through your bones, 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 bones. Hey to Pylon, rocking the show, 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 show. Never stop, let the good vibes flow. Hey to Pylon, dance in the zone, zone, zone. Feel the rhythm right through your bones, bones, bones. Hey to Pylon, yeah. Hey to Pylon, let the good vibes flow. Let the good vibes flow.
Breaking the silence like a thief in the night. Electric waves and heavy drums ignite. Trapped in tight when they can't fight. Open your mind, let the words collide. Surfing the airwaves, no place to hide. We got the stories, the truth worldwide. Buckle up now, it's a wild ride. Open your mind, let the words collide. Surfing the airwaves, no place to hide. We got the stories, the truth worldwide. Buckle up now, it's a wild ride. Some keyboards, we're here to rock. Turn the volume up, we got the top. From dawn till dusk, we never stop. Tune in now, it's the top of the top. Laughs and tales fill up every soul. You find out things you didn't know. Winning charm in every flow. So keep boys, let's steal the show. Chunky boys on the front line. Chunky boys, we're here to rock. Turn the volume up, we got the talk. From dawn till dusk, we never stop. Tune in now, it's the top of the top. Blast and jams fill up every show. You'll find out things you didn't know. Winning charm in every flow. Chunky boys, let's steal the show.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Laughs and tales fill up every show. You'll find out things you didn't know. Waiting charm in every flow. Chunky boys, let's steal the show.
What is up, everybody? And welcome to another edition of Buzzing Around the Pylon, where we're talking about the Charlotte Hornets. We're in the Queen City. I mean, nothing's going on around here too much, right? It's just a low market, small market team. But we got a lot of news to talk about today. We'll talk about the Charlotte Hornets. We'll talk about the NBA Cup. And we're talking about Charles Lee and LaMelo Ball. What could that be about? But before we get too crazy into it, hey, Jonathan, how are you? Oh, wait, I can't hear nobody. Is it me?
I'm doing exceptionally well, CJ. How are you doing today?
Oh, yes. I'm excited. I'm excited, but, this is a topic that it's going to be a little, I don't know, not as exciting. Like, I love the Charlotte Hornets. I love LaMelo Ball. I'm the biggest Ball fan, okay? You talk about Ball, I'm your guy. LaMelo, that is. And Lonzo. And Giangelo. All of the Balls.
What about Lil Dicky, the fourth Ball brother?
Hey, Lil Dicky, shout out to Lil Dicky, man. He was just on Cosnet's stream, I think 2 days ago now. He can hoop. He's a hooper. Probably top 5 celebrity hoopers, I would say.
Okay.
I can say that with my chest. Top 5. Where do you want to start, man? Where should we start on this beautiful buzzing around the pylon? Obviously, there's a lot of social media, which is like, honestly, this is the most social media buzz for the Charlotte Hornets, if you want to keep it honest, but not for the most positive reasons.
No. So why don't we jump right into it?
Let's jump right into it. Okay, so let's watch. No, we'll talk about it. We'll just talk about it.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on the LaMelo Ball benching?
Okay, so LaMelo Ball getting benched in the last 3 minutes and 43 seconds of the game in clutch time against the Nets in the NBA Cup. It's not ideal. It's a distraction to the team, right? I'll just state that. I'm going to put that period. That's the done. I'm done with that. What's my issue is it's not Charles Lee. It's not LaMelo. My issue is the fans. It's the Charlotte Hornet fans that I have an issue with. And I can speak with this with so much clarity and experience because I'm dealing with the same issue that the Charlotte Hornet fans are going through as a Commanders fan.
And what are those issues?
PTSD.
Uh-oh.
Trauma. It's relying too much on the past. Your ex is terrible. You had a terrible ex. but you still can't see the good thing in front of you, right? And it's heartbreaking. It's annoying because I'm currently dealing with this with the Commanders and Jaden Daniels in a sense. In terms of everyone is losing their goddamn mind about the fact that Jaden Daniels didn't look good last game. I get it. I understand. But then it's like when people tell, like they're saying he's fine, he's healthy, but then it's like, I don't believe it. I don't believe you. He's hurt. There's no other way. RG3, that RG3 ghost is just lingering around. I get it. I understand. Why are you always wearing a heating pad if you're not if you're healthy? His
He got
answer
poor
was,
circulation.
look at someone knows common sense. He gets cold. He doesn't. It's now it gets colder in the season, but people are like, oh, this smells fishy. We have a terrible PR team. Oh, these guys are just the same Washington bullcrap. New ownership, same old BS, and they hate it. So I'm like, brother, this is not the same ownership. This is not the same front office for the Hornets and for the Commanders, right?
That's correct.
And so what people are drawing on with the LaMelo Ball situation and getting benched is, hey, maybe LaMelo, we got to send a message to you. You did people are pointing to the foul. He threw up a lazy shot, a bad shot, and then just gave up a foul with around 3 minutes, and he didn't show up the rest of the game. He was benched for the rest of the game. What would you think? Because this is also another thing. When is Trey Mann going to run with the ones? Right? That's a narrative that people were talking about. When are we going to see Trey Mann run with the ones? Because last 3 game stretch, Brandon Miller has not looked good. And I'm mad as a person who tried to bet for this man to get 20, didn't do it. Brandon Miller was balling 27 points.
Yeah.
LaMelo was not. But you know who was balling? Trey Mann.
He was.
And if you show to your team, I don't care who you are. This is a team. This is bigger than just me and you. If you're my star player and I set that example of my star player, my franchise, that should trickle down. But people think now, we did this before with LaMelo, and people just hated it. They said James Borrego did the same thing. And guess what happened? He got out. Well, James Borrego was also a winning coach. He was the last time we were actually winning games. We got into the play-in, and that was just when he was he's still young. But now it's like, when are we going to get rid of some of these childish things and really mold him into being the star that he is? And so we're still trying to coddle LaMelo Ball to be this, just free spirit, let him do whatever you want. It started when you got fined. You got fined $100,000 for saying no homo. Do I agree with it? No. But at the same time, you have to grow up. We can't keep holding you to the same standard that you did when you came into the league at 19, 20, 21. You're 22 now? 22?
I think 22. Let me double check.
You've been in the league for 3 years. When are we going to see that maturity grow? And I get, people just say he's misunderstood. All he cares about is ball.
23 in August. So he's 23.
He's 23 years old. It's time to grow up. It's time to graduate to the next level if you wanted that new stardom. You got the bag, but now it's like, this is what comes with getting the bag. This is new ownership. This is new expectations. And we, as a fan base, the Hornets fan base particularly, needs to be like, just because James Borrego tried to do that when it was shaky ground in the front office, shaky ground in ownership, and it got him out. Borrego is doing really well for himself. I think he's an assistant with the Cavs. No, is he to the Nets right now? I forget where Borrego's at. No, he's in New Orleans. I think he's in New Orleans on that staff, if I'm not mistaken. So it's one of those things to where the Hornets fans keep saying, "Oh, this is not good. You don't bench your star player." Yes, you do. If he's not going to live up to the standard of basketball play that you need from him, that's okay, because Trey Mann is playing his ass off this year, and he's paying for that bag. He is paying like the rent is due. And there's been so many people who want to see Trey Mann get more run with the ones. Well, if LaMelo dips in, that brings that competition to LaMelo. You know what I'm saying? And if we can figure out a world where we can have all three on the court at the same time, this team could be dangerous. What's up, Mike? What did he say? Can't grow up playing with the Hornets. He's wasting his talents. Listen, I can understand why you say that. You're trying to get. You're one of those recruiters from the LA Clippers. Everyone from the LA Clippers is trying to put their fingerprints on the homegrown talent that we got. We earned them respectfully. I mean, obviously, him and the Clippers would be great. Him with the Magic will be electric.
Him with the Lakers.
Maybe the where?
The Lakers.
Nah. Lakers don't need that. That's ridiculous.
I mean, LeBron will be gone by then. But.
Fair. Him and Bronny? But I understand, but I think he can be the franchise guy. I don't want to see him leave this market just because, because like the maturity is going to follow him no matter where he goes. So he's able to get away with shit. The shit he gets away with in Charlotte, as people who are in the city that see him speed off outside the arena and just like literally run red lights, like you can get away with certain shit. But like, you know what I mean? Doing that shit in obviously Chino Hill's like born and raised. He probably can get away with some stuff there too. But you know what I mean? Like it's still a maturity thing that goes beyond wherever market he's in. Him and Brandon Ingram remind me of the same player. Undeniable talent, don't care about winning, just want to hoop and make money. I mean,
respectfully, Brandon Ingram and LaMelo are not the same level of talent. LaMelo's a much better talent than Brandon Ingram.
And it hurts me to say that because I was really a fan of Brandon Ingram's game. But every
I still
time,
like Brandon Ingram's game, but I still like Brandon Ingram's game.
Yeah,
but he's not the same talent as LaMelo Ball. There's a clear tier break there.
I agree with that. Let's see. Hornets are laughing stock. I wouldn't care either. I mean, yes, they have, but it's one of those things where it's going to take a lot to reshape the image of the Hornets, and so this is just year one. Like they're already in process of redoing the stadium, Spectrum Center, which is good. They're building a new practice facility in Uptown, so they're developing and putting money into the team, which is a good first step. We got talent. Now is maturing them. And then, but I think we're going to go with the route of the Oklahoma City Thunder, similar, and also the Oklahoma City Thunder route mixed with like the original New York Nets, or not New Jersey, the Brooklyn Nets, Jesus Christ, going all generations there. Nets of just acquiring young talent and then, but just kind of having them grow together. And when you do that, that process is going to be it's going to be trying, but it gives everyone an opportunity to see if everyone's level is going to raise. And then you just kind of cut the fat of who's sinking to the bottom. And then like, I mean, look what the Thunder are doing, and they're continuing to get, a lot of picks. I mean, right now this offseason, the Hornets were in like almost every trade, just grabbing a couple seconds, taking a couple contracts, get them out of here, taking some seconds, and so we could draft up that, get more draft capital to pair up a couple seconds for like maybe a mid, tier guy, or maybe slide up to an end of the first round for a talent that they like. So I'm interested to see what the actual competent, young, hungry GM, president of basketball operations. Because I think Tijon, I think that brother is a talent. He is a talent that will be leading this team. And the fact that the way this motherfucker is hitting these deep ass threes, and I didn't like the frequency of the amount of threes he's shooting. Because I'm like, brother, take this shit to the hole. Like, bro, you're 6'10", but like I think this is like an experiment of his development of just like, we're going to work on your shot early and often to where this is like second nature to you. Because he can contribute on the defensive side of the ball. I would like to see him crash the boards a little bit better. But, I mean, seeing him do that, like that insanely deep three, we'll watch the highlights in a little bit. from this past game. That was like, whoa, what are
That's
we
the
doing?
LaMelo influence.
Definitely some elements. This is a 3 forward offense similar to the Celtics, where we're going to maximize the 3-point shot. So we got to spread the floor, and we have the shooters who can make threes, but it's the consistency of the 3-point making. And so Brandon Miller has been really streaky. LaMelo is streaky, but more on than not. Miles is still finding his way more ways than not. Than Trey. Josh Green is still trying to figure out his lane. Not Caleb, Cody. So it's the Hornet situation is really interesting. Trying to get back on track. What are your thoughts about the LaMelo benching from last night?
I agree with you. Like, I think it needed to happen. LaMelo, let's be honest, he does need to do some growing up. And me as a fan, like, I personally love that he's goofy and like still has that childlike demeanor, but you need to be able to turn it on and turn it off. Like, you can be goofy in a post-game interview, you can be childish, but when you're on the court, you need to be adult. When you're off the court driving away, you need to be an adult making adult decisions. Because like we were talking about the last time we talked, is what you do off the court that's going to affect how you are on the court. Like, if you get in trouble off the court, you can't play. That obviously affects how you play on the court. Like, you got to be. I love that that's his personality and that he doesn't shy away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But brother, you are an adult. You are 23 years old.
Yeah,
you cannot drop a no homo on national television.
Yeah,
you could have
no
said
Diddy.
pause. You could have said no Diddy. You could have said hey yo. You could have said anything. Besides,
and he'll learn. I mean, 100 G's, 100. Like, I know, Andre.
Learn, though. That's the thing.
I hope so. Like, I really hope this is the time because
let me rephrase. I don't think he's going to learn off the court. I think his on court maturity can improve. I think who he is off the court, I don't think that's going to change.
For sure.
Like, he's been cussing in all his post game interviews this season.
Yeah.
Which, like, as a fan, I enjoy. It's funny. I like to see his personality come through. But on the court, my brother, you need that Kobe mentality. Sometimes. Well,
relax. Well, see, look. Okay, I agree.
Maybe a Tim Duncan personality. You got to be serious. We need some little fundamental from LaMelo.
Yes, I agree with that. And obviously, the same draft class, you got Anthony Edwards, right? Someone who's kind of doing the same thing. He's a likable personality, and he just kind of gets away with just saying whatever he wants to media training, right? But here's the caveat between the two, right? What has Anthony Edwards done recently? An insane playoff push. I think they were the number 1 seed last year in the West. Mm-hmm. So when you can afford to be that person because he's the face. And we know that LaMelo has that opportunity to be that face. But guess what? You're winning 10 games. You haven't played more than 50 games in a season. So then it's like it is levels to who you can afford to be. And so he's learning that. He's learning that now. 100 G's is a lot. I know Andre Iguodala, who's a part of the NBA MBPA. They're definitely going to appeal the decision, or at least the amount total, to try to at least get it down. But $100,000 is excessive, but it needs to be excessive to prove a point. Like, yo, like, this is the line. We found it. This is the line. Don't cross it. And you know what the price is going to be. And he's learning it. I hope he's learning it. I should say that. I hope he's learning it. So let's see what Mike said. I should have paraphrased or what is it? Parenthesized Melo and BI weren't the same level talent was. Yes, we agree. Let's see. If Melo had Lonzo's maturity, my lord. He's already top. Like, he's a top 5 guard talent. But now we have to see it consistently.
Yeah.
We need to see it for 70 games, period. Like, we need to see a 60, 70 game stretch of LaMelo balling. You see what I did there? That was pretty tough. That was tough. Hey, I think I did pretty good. That was pretty tough. But yeah, like we need to see the consistent see for LaMelo to play because we seen the highs. Like when LaMelo was playing before he got his ankle injury last year, he was averaging damn near triple double. And so the issue has always been having the health of the team line up and seeing what do we actually have with these kids because we don't know. We know we got two decent 7-footers, we think, but then we haven't seen them consistently play with LaMelo to see what that pick and roll actually will look like. And now Mark Williams and Nick Richards are starting to be like, yo, this, Diabate guy, he's kind of nice, right? He's out here hustling, getting these boards. So it's a really interesting thing, that I want to that the Hornets have and I'm excited. I'm really excited to see this team grow because it's going to be a struggle. But I think there's so much talent and it could be such a fun team. I think if we get everyone healthy, especially towards the end of stretch, I think we could push for a play-in. Which is not saying a lot. I mean, play-in, you just need to get to 10th? It's not saying a lot,
No, but a part of me wonders if it's like we've been talking for a while about the Hornets. I wanted them to get rid of Terry and Gordon for a couple seasons before they actually pulled the trigger on it last year. I do think they need a vet in the locker room, though. And right now the vet is Taj Gibson. But maybe that's not the right vet. Maybe you need to get a vet that the team actually respects. Because let's be honest, does the team respect Taj Gibson right now?
I don't know.
He was a good player at one point. He was never a great player. And it's been a minute since he was a viable rotation piece.
He still can get up. He still can get up a little bit.
All right, let's relax. Do the Hornets need a vet who can actually play and get minutes? Is that what it takes to get the respect of the young guys?
Do you think Grant Williams is not a viable vet? Because he's trying to be, but I can see where he could come off as corny. Be like, get out of my face, Grant. Bro, we gotta be locked in on defense, brother.
Yeah, I think he's trying to be that vet, and I don't think he has earned that vet. He hasn't earned the title of a vet yet. I understand he's been around for a couple years with the Celtics.
They did a PJ Tucker.
Mavericks had him for half a season before they're get him out.
Yeah.
Because he didn't jive with the Mavericks, and I feel like he's not as bad with the Hornets, but I feel like the young guys just don't take him serious. The Mavericks had some older pieces, so where the older guys are yeah, he's corny, get him out of here, we don't mess with him. Younger guys are just they just let it roll off their backs, they think he's a joke, and he doesn't know that they think he's a joke, or maybe he does, and he just can't do anything about it.
That's true,
because he's not in the pecking order. It's LaMelo, Brandon Miller, and then Miles Bridges. Is Miles Bridges above Brandon Miller? I don't know. He shouldn't be, but
he probably is. It's probably, I think right now, in terms of longevity with the team, it's LaMelo, Bridges, Mark. But he's in and out. He was a little more in when LaMelo was out.
Yeah.
So, but and even Bridges, I can't even put him up because last year he was out for so much as well.
That's what I'm saying. Bridges should be their vet. He's just not the guy that you want to have as your vet.
Yeah, he's not the standard bearer that you exactly want
not at
have.
All. So, if those are your vets, you got Miles Bridges with his off-court history. You got Grant Williams, who the team thinks, or his previous team thought he was a joke. I don't know how the Hornets feel about him. I'm just assuming here. I could be wrong. But the Mavericks didn't mess with him. Hornets might not either. And then you have Taj Gibson, who barely can move. He's 40 years old.
Hey, he can move. He got 10 minutes in him. Hey, he just like Shannon Sharp. He got. Hey, look, I can go 20 minutes, but it might just be 3-minute rounds. You know what I mean? I can give you 10, but I'll get you at 2-minute intervals.
That's fair. I might be disrespecting Taj Gibson a little too much, but
Don't worry, we'll
I
watch
just-
a little highlights today.
I feel like this team needs a vet who can play, doesn't necessarily have to, but like I feel like they need somebody who can play, and that's how that vet is going to get respect from the young guys. I feel like having a vet who is PJ Washington, Miles Bridges, and Taj Gibson. I feel like Miles Bridges might be respected by some of the younger guys. Should not be. Taj Gibson isn't respected, and I can see why they wouldn't respect him. Like I said, like I feel like it's a talent thing. Like how you gonna hold me accountable when I get more minutes than you?
But like,
I'm better than you.
But it's an OG thing though. Like I think you're disrespecting Todd Gibson a little bit too much. I'm gonna step in there. I think you're disrespecting too much. But I get it.
Am I disrespecting him too much, or am I in the young guys' heads and know what they think?
I think they give him credit for being in the league, for still being in the league in general at his age. That's a feat. He's competing with LeBron James right now.
Would he be in the league on any other team? That's a question, though.
Hey, Thibodeau could call him up right now and play him 48 minutes.
Well, he gonna throw another second on the table? I'll take it.
Shoot, I'll take Miles McBride.
Then I'm gonna trade Miles McBride.
I'm just saying. I mean, we'll give you a second and second to Taj for him.
Hey, now we're talking. We got a couple extra seconds from those trades, like you were saying. So maybe not mad at it. Not mad at it.
All right, so let's.
But I feel like that's what this team needs. I feel like it needs like a legit vet presence.
I agree. I understand what you're saying. Okay. Let's see here. Going to hold on. Well, we're gonna watch the last game highlights, and we're gonna end the show.
Okay.
What is this? Sorry, doing too much at once. But yeah, if you guys a little in-game sponsorship. If you like this shirt, this Chunky Boy shirt, we got a store right here. You can scan the QR code at the top of your screen. You can help support our channel and get you a Chunky Boy shirt. They're really comfortable, lightweight, durable, a lot of greatness. We got some sweatshirts as well. Chunky Boy, you can represent and help support this channel. Will be greatly appreciated. Yeah, get wrapped up in a Chunky Boy this fall. It is that time of year.
It's cuffing season, and all the girls are leaving to get a Chunky Boy.
Mm-hmm. Don't miss out. All right. Which one is it? Nope. Screen one. All right. Here we go. We're watching last game. We got Hornets, Nets, NBA Cup, highlight reactions here. And then we'll take it to the box score. We'll wrap it up with the box score at the end. Yeah, man. You hear the sound?
No, I can't hear it.
Bridges to the hole. Okay. I guess I'll just I'll narrate a little bit for us. Cam Johnson had a really good game today, this game.
You did. Is Ben Simmons back?
No. Don't ever say that.
Brandon Miller with the 3. Okay. Brandon Miller had a good game.
He did have a good game, and this was a game really needed for him. We got LaMelo shooting in the corner, 3, gets it going. I think one of the big concerns a lot of people were having was seeing the success of LaMelo and Brandon Miller on the court at the same time, and it just felt like a lot of times it was forced. But like the Hornets early on, they were dominating this game and playing really well. As you see, early in the first quarter, it was 17-5. You know?
Yeah. Brandon Miller on defense. There's Cam Johnson with a good take.
Ah,
I hate to see it.
bro, I swear, YouTube, man. LaMelo in the fast break here. Alley-oop.
Ooh.
And that's what we want to see. We want to see that cohesion between the two.
Yes, sir. You see that chemistry. Ooh.
You know, Bridges. And seeing Bridges get his shot back is good as well.
Yes, sir. Cam Johnson with the 3.
He had a crazy game. I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah, he dropped 34 points, 6 of 12 from 3, 5 rebounds, 4 assists.
Bad pass here leads to easy layup. One of my biggest issues been with the Hornets this season has been the transition defense and leaving guys open on rotations. Good 3 right there, though.
Yes, sir.
But it's the stretches. It's the stretch periods that we have. Here it is. Here's the 3.
There's the deep 3.
Woo! Salon.
What I said, that's the LaMelo influence. LaMelo just shot one from like the same spot in the highlight before that. Ooh. Brandon Miller stripped.
Shooter's been really good for this team. The Nets have been a lot better of a team than I expected this year.
Shooter had a good game too. He had 14 points and 12 assists.
Yeah, he distributes the rock. Good shot in the lane.
Okay.
You like
good
that?
Finish.
Bro, I mean, Trey Mann also makes another spectacular.
Has anybody called him Trey I yet?
I've been calling this man AI from since the
No, Trey I.
Trey I is a good name. I do like that. Maybe we got to coin that. You heard it here first. Trey I. I'm not mad at that. I mean, it was a contested shot.
Oh, that was a bad pass
there. Ooh. Business decision.
Yeah. For sure. Ooh.
Oh. Good put back by Grant. I did see a potential trade that people were talking about on Facebook.
Oh.
And I think this was, I don't know.
Ooh. The half court alley.
Ooh. What the Hornets basketball do, baby.
What was the trade though?
Beautiful shot. So this is a proposed trade with the Portland Trailblazers.
Okay.
Which is a team that has an abundance of bigs.
They do. Is it the big I said the Charlotte should go after last time we talked?
I can't remember the big you said last time.
Robert Williams?
Oh no. It's DeAndre Ayton.
Okay. I don't hate it.
So we got Josh Green, Nick Richards, Grant Williams, and a 2025 second round pick for Ayton. It's a little steep.
That's a lot.
Losing Green and Grant.
Yeah, Josh Green's been really good.
I wouldn't say that.
He's really good. He's been good for this team.
The past 2 games, he has picked it up. But the start, he's starting to find his role since his birthday. Once he had his birthday game, that turned it around for him. But he was not figuring out his shot. He was not shooting well at all. He's picked up. Grant has been good, surprisingly good with the threes. He's been like a Draymond Green role. Where I would say Grant's been trying to play. He's been getting some assists. He's shooting the 3 decently. He's making some of his decisions though. Some of his threes. The step back, it makes you wonder sometimes. I mean, last week when I was watching the highlights, I mean, this is a clip I had to put up on stream as soon as I saw it. It was this.
Step back one-legged. What kind of shot is that? Have you ever shot that shot? Do you work on that shot?
Like you got to question this man. Do you work on that shot? Why would you do that? Step back one-legged? Grant would do that, but like he's been making a decent clip. So But I don't hate it. I like Aiton. I'm cool if you go for the cheaper option, Diaby or Diop. Excuse me. Mm.
Nah, I just like Robert Williams.
I do like Robert Williams, but again, I don't want to bring on another, an injury concerned person with a team that is already filled with so many injury concerns.
That's fair. I feel like he wouldn't cost as much for that reason, though.
Yeah.
So I feel like you could still keep a Josh Green or a Grant Williams.
Which I still feel like Josh Green can fit this system well. I just think we have too many weird, like, odd fitting size guard wing players. So as the Nets kind of work their way back into this game, Cam Johnson is just going off. Absolutely just going off. It's like it's decent contesting, but like the issue is just like the slashing players. Like it's they have no like woo
Trey I.
But I mean Trey I was the catalyst for getting this team back. Look at that.
Beautiful find.
Feeding and finding the players. Into the offense. Here we go from 3.
Yes,
it's so
sir.
pure. Trey I is so pure.
He is.
Mm.
Floater.
Woo-wee! I'm telling you, he's been undeniable.
Like a Logic mixtape. I don't like the foul call.
Here it is. Woo! Mama, there goes that man. Trey I. I gotta say this. I had no idea he had that in his bag.
I didn't either.
No idea. What a guy. What did he go to UConn? Is he a Connecticut guard? I should know this. But I mean, I know he's been buried in the he went to Florida. He went to Florida? I mean, Florida's that's a good pipeline. That's a good pipeline for basketball.
It is.
Salam. See, this man hop stepping and
Yeah, I thought he was going to pull that.
Ooh,
Just like Trey I did.
Trey I. What you talking about, boy? Sign this. He gonna get 100 mil. This brother did not miss. Come on.
That's tough.
Brandon Miller has this tendency of getting in the air too often, too easily. Yeah. He has enough length to where like you could just sit down and just protect the drive. I don't like him jumping too much. I'm just not a fan of that.
Yeah. Got to get some concrete in his shoes.
He does.
Keep him grounded. It was a good find.
That's a really good find. And that's the role that Grant's been playing. He's been, like again, I said, Draymond Green role. Like he's facilitating. He's kind of he's getting the ball out and he's finding guys. Those key passes. He's finding those key passes. I want to see him a little bit better on the defensive side of the ball, though.
Yeah, defensively, I mean, he's always going to be somewhat of a liability. Like he's a big who's not tall.
Yeah, and he's a work. I mean, he's 6'6".
He's a wide big, not a tall big.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's always going to have some issues because he's like height-wise, he fits more with like guards and wings. Athletically, he's more of a big, but like he's too short to guard big, so he's kind of in no man's land.
And we're playing him at 4. You know, I mean, we're playing him at the 4 consistently. Even he was playing center most of this game.
Yeah, actually. He started at center at this game, I think.
So it's like, and that was also a big concern, which is a lot of people are already quick to jump on Charles Lee already. And with the way Diabate's been playing, you know what? I'm not mad at the fans of that one.
D-Body, he has slowed down a little bit the last couple games.
Well, he hasn't played last game. Last game he played 11 minutes.
He played 16 minutes against the Nets and 12 against Cleveland.
Yeah, and he's been playing more time the last few games though. So it's like you're shortening his minutes and putting Grant Williams more at the 5 after he's been busting his tail, getting 15, getting 10 offensive rebound games. Like, I don't know. I think it's a business decision in terms of like can't play him too much. But I mean, I thought he deserved the minutes to start. Mm.
Brandon Miller. Can you believe there was people who wanted Scoot instead? Couldn't be us.
Could not be us.
Team Miller all day.
Like, I think the way this team can be constructed is like looking at this lineup, right? So you got Grant at the 5. If I would swap Diabate out, right? Obviously, everyone in this lineup can shoot threes. So this is a super small team, but even still small, you still got a 6'10", a 6'8". You know, Josh Green's like 6'3". 6'7" is Bridges. So like you have length, you like tweener length. I mean 6'6" at center, 6. I mean Brandon Miller is about 6'9".
No, he's only like 6'7", I want to say.
I think he's like a little bit. I think he's a little bit
6'8", 6'7", 6'8".
I think so, yeah. So I mean, you got like 3'6'7" foot. You got 3'6'7" foot. 3'6'7" foot guys. And then Josh Green, who's the smallest, like 6'3". So it's not terribly small, but it's not a lot of length. Like if you have Mark and Nick, who's like 7-footers. But and Diabate's 6'10", so it's like, you know, it gives you a little bit more length on the court. But I think his tenacity to crash the boards and his energy, I think is unmatched because he has that hunger. And I think that's where you need those guys like him to inject into this team.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, look at this. Not switching on the pick right there. Getting caught up. But Shooter is his match. Shooter's playing like he's trying to get $83 million a year right now, honestly. He's been a triple-double guy. I mean, he's kind of like pulling like a Chris Paul with the Thunder type beat, you know? Well, I don't say that because I mean, but
yeah. Schroeder, I feel like he's always been overhated.
I think it's ever since he turned the money down. I think that's kind of where but he's been playing his way out of that, like that, you know, scrutiny, and he's been good. He was really good with the Raptors last year.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. He's always been good.
What's up? What's up? How you doing? Talking some Hornets, watching some Hornets highlights from last night. Watching that final stretch here. Josh Green got to be better.
Yeah.
I think it's still a maturity thing. There's definitely still a maturity thing that just in these certain moments.
Yeah, respectfully, you can't be letting Trendon Watford do you like that.
Yeah, that's not a good look. But Trendon Watford, and the thing is, Cam Thomas didn't even go off. That's what's I think he might have got hurt.
Yeah, he didn't play. Thomas did not play.
So, I mean,
and that's tough because the Hornets lost to the Nets without Cam Thomas, and the Cavs without Donovan Mitchell didn't play that game either, did he?
No.
Monday night or Sunday night?
I think that was
Sunday.
This game was yesterday. So say Wednesday, Tuesday. Yeah, so Sunday and Tuesday. Yeah. They got the Nets just have a really fun, interesting team. They've compiled with just their talent, and as they kind of waited out to figure out their next step after kind of blowing their team up. And I hope that's the Hornets. But here's my takeaway, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this: is I love the talent and I love the exploration that we're having right now, but there's someone that has to get traded away that's going to unlock this team fully. But the question is, who's the piece?
Well, the person who probably get the most back for is LaMelo.
Yes.
You think LaMelo needs to be traded?
I don't think he needs to be traded, but I do think something, because I just feel like, when you feel like you see something growing that you want to see them grow straight up, but there's something that's like growing like this that is impeding and I'm hoping that maybe we get, some prunes to like cut it to kind of like straighten it out and we can start to grow the right way is what I'm hoping Charles Lee can do and this front office can do. But I don't know. I think I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I don't think we can win with Grant. I don't think we'll be able to win with
Bridges.
I was going to say Bridges, but the issue with Bridges is they just committed to him with this new front office and ownership group. So that's where it's just like, So like, and they also just committed to LaMelo. So that means Trey Mann might be a guy that gets eaten out. One, because maybe his stock is just going to be. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. That was crazy. That was my bad. Hey, that was on me. That was on me. I take responsibility for that. I think Trey Mann's his star power is going like this. So I think you did say LaMelo does have, like, you would think he is the most box office, but I think Trey Mann, his stock is just sharp rise. So I think Grant, Trey, Mark, or Nick Richards are probably your three candidates. Because I think they're going to build. I think they're going to build with Brandon, and I think And if I had to choose, I'm gonna make you choose two: LaMelo or Trey Mann to build. You only choose the two. You can choose Brandon. All right, how about this? You get out of these four, you only could choose two.
Okay.
And you guys can let us know in the comment section as well. Out of these four pillars of the Hornets, what are the two that you have to choose to grow your team around? LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Trey Mann, Miles Bridges. Mark Williams. Sorry, 5. Because everyone keeps putting Mark Williams in that conversation, so I just want to be copacetic with the Hornets, rest of the Hornets people. But out of those 5.
LaMelo or Brandon Miller, easy for me.
Those two. Those are your two.
Those are my two, yeah. Quite easily.
If you would have asked me before the season started, I would agree with you. But I've been falling in love with Trey so much.
I like him, but he's only under contract for this season, and you got to pay him.
He's a restricted free agent. They were able to get. He wanted to bet on himself to get the money, and he's definitely gonna get it. We already if we're looking at like real life scenarios, because obviously we paid LaMelo, so obviously, but we haven't paid Miller yet. Obviously, but we still have contract control of his rookie deals. I mean, I don't know, man. There's something about Trey Mann and Brandon Miller. I feel like it flows a little bit better. It just flows a little bit better. I think that's where I feel like, because of the two linkiness of the play between the LaMelo and Brandon Miller, it's something that just it feels like they might just try to steal each other's sunshine and the sunlight. And I think they're the same person in a way, in terms of being that star power, that you have to cut one of those two.
I'd like to see them together first for like a full season, both of them healthy. Like LaMelo was out last season. Trey Mann came over in the Gordon Hayward trade. Like he has more chemistry with Brandon Miller than LaMelo does.
Which is that's
so for you to say like they go together better, they do, but there's a reason for that.
For sure.
Like I want to give LaMelo and Brandon Miller a chance to grow together and see what they look like together, both healthy.
That's true.
Before I would consider getting rid of LaMelo Ball, because LaMelo Ball is a dog. I like Trey Mann a lot too. I just feel like with him being only under contract for this season, but the way he's been playing, you could get some valuable assets or a solid player back for him.
Oh, for
trade
sure.
him now or at the trade deadline. Like I think you get more for Trey Mann than you could for Miles Bridges because of the contract, or Nick Richards because of the injury, or Mark Williams because of the injury as well. Like I feel like he's the next highest trade asset outside of LaMelo, and I don't want to give up LaMelo because he's LaMelo.
Yeah,
he's a dog.
I agree. Everything we're on the same accord. It's just the positioning, and we'll see. It's a wait and see. It's an early thought to put out in the ether. But again, like Trey Mann, I think you can get a lot for him. But then it's like you make the trade for Trey Mann and get what you want, get out from him. But then it's like, will you still have that issue of taking the source energy of one can be the spotlight and figuring out the pecking order? And because you got more talent now that maybe fit better the system you want to run. But then for that guy to be, let's go. Game time, clutch time. We saw Brandon Miller take all those shots, right? But it's like, who's going to do that between those two? We don't know yet because obviously they haven't played. But I just feel like that's why I think it's going to be that weird. Because we see now, like when you got two stars that kind of just didn't really mesh, like it should work. Like, KD, Kyrie, like it should work. But then sometimes it just didn't. And obviously with injuries with that situation and everything. So like, I just hope it's not a repeat of that.
And with them, it was also, they had no bench because they had to trade for them.
For sure.
So I feel like if you already have, it's more like KD and Russ because you drafted them both. So it's not like you're giving up assets to get one of them or both of them. You're not depleting your roster to get them. You already have them. So yes, like KD and Russ didn't work, but why? Because KD left, not because it didn't work. Like they worked well together.
But I can't say that yet for this pair.
You can't say that yet, but it's also early.
It is, yes, it's early. This is just, and with my comparison with KD and Kyrie is mostly just a similar, just like the feel like you can't, they haven't yet been on the same page, but it's like, we have to give it time, but then can we give it time because they keep getting hurt? So then it's like, it's the but you want to give it time, but you can't, and then it's like after so long, it's like, okay, we have to give up on this. We have to do something else.
What's the difference with giving time between two players that are both 30 or up and giving time to a player that is 23 and 21 or
Fair.
20, whatever Brandon Miller is?
I think he's like 20. He might be like the same age as LaMelo, to be honest.
He'll be 22 in November, or November 22nd.
2 days. His birthday's in 2 days.
His birthday's in 2 days. Happy early birthday, Brandon Miller. But so a 22 and a 23-year-old. I feel like giving them time is different than giving time to 30-plus-year-old Kevin Durant and 30-plus-year-old Kyrie Irving.
For sure. I mean, I'm not looking at as in like this, like the clock. I'm talking about more just like, like, I mean, not like in terms of like obviously like, but they're like superstars. Like we want to see it now.
That's fair, but also like we said, like it's Charlotte. It's not a big market team, so I feel like there's not that pressure on both.
It's not real pressure, but it's mostly pressure from the fans because they're tired of a losing product.
Correct. I mean, the fans are hungry. It's understandable, but I feel like both these guys are young enough. They haven't had a lot of time together yet. Like I feel like giving up on this pairing right now or even this season would be too early.
Oh, for sure. This is like when you have to project because then you have to make a decision though. Because it's like giving up too early.
I think you can start thinking about it now, but I wouldn't actually consider it until at least next season at the very early.
Well, because Trey Mann kind of he adds that wrinkle. Because if you don't see the development and you don't see the maturity, but yeah, we seen like, do we want to let Trey Man out this building the way he's elevating himself, he's carrying himself the right way? You don't hear nothing about his off the field, and he's still putting up. I mean, he's putting up what, like 15 and 5 off the bench. You know,
He's putting up. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up his stats.
it's kind of like a James Harden thing now, right? We said Russ and KD. Well, shit, now we can have Harden and KD.
Yeah.
Trey Man, he only put up 12, 15 points off the bench, but shit, well, once he gets a chance to start and get those minutes, he might put up 18 and 7. I mean, really, he probably put up 23 and 7, 23 and 6.
Yeah, he's putting up 15 and 3 right now.
Which is pretty good.
It's good.
For our sixth man. And which is why a lot of people are trying to push to get him some more starter minutes. So I don't know. I think Trey Man does make the decision. It might speed up the decision a little bit more because I know Trey Man is ready to want to start and have like a significant role. And he has a significant role, and they're letting him be free with that second unit. But how long can he be like, all right, it's my time. Like I'm trying to get paid and I want the minutes. I want it all.
I feel that. But I feel like he's only eating like this because he's on the second unit. Like he wouldn't eat like this in the starting unit unless LaMelo wasn't there.
I don't know, but he was eating like that last night when LaMelo wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. LaMelo wasn't there.
So yeah, but I'm saying, that's the decision you got to make because he's eating when LaMelo's not here, and if he took the LaMelo role,
I will never disrespect you like that, LaMelo.
I'm not trying to disrespect.
I'm pouring honey on you, go.
Okay, all right. So let's do our final remarks here for the Hornets in this week of Twitter, and the Hornets fan base. Jonathan, give me your final remark of what are you telling the Hornets fans? Where's your parting wisdom for them?
My parting wisdom is don't give up on Charles Lee yet. I love LaMelo, but I agree with what he did in benching him. LaMelo does need to grow up, but we also don't need to give up on LaMelo. Like, I think it's way too early for that. He's still a young guy. He needs to grow up, but his talent is so undeniable that you have to give him that chance, maybe even a second and third chance. Like, because you don't want to be the team that gave up on LaMelo Ball. Charlotte's already the team
that traded SGA.
Or drafted Kobe Bryant and then traded him.
Oof.
Charlotte's already that team.
Oof.
You don't want to repeat that.
We're the birthplace of GOATs, to be honest.
Exactly. We just got to keep them in-house. That's what I'm trying to do with LaMelo. Got to keep him in-house. Got to give him time to grow. Got to give him and Brandon Miller time to grow together.
Yeah, I agree. Great parting words there. Thank you guys for watching this buzz around the pylon, talking about the LaMelo benching. Hopefully we calm the situation down a little bit for the Hornets fan base. We hope you found some value out of this, and we hope you tune in next week as we maybe next week with the before Thanksgiving. We'll let you know. Probably, let's say no. Give us 2 weeks off. They'll enjoy Thanksgiving, some turkey time. But we want to see LaMelo Ball. That's it.
We do.
We just want to see LaMelo Ball. But that's all we got for you guys today. Have a great rest of your night, and keep